where we turn Excel skill into superpowers. Today we are diving into two essential topics that will transform the way you handle data: text functions and date functions in Excel. So let's jump right in. First up, let's explore the text function. These are incredibly useful when working with text data like names, addresses, or the product codes. Whether you are cleaning up messy data or transforming it in better analysis, text functions can save you hours of manual work. So let's say you have a first name in the column A and the last name in column B, and you want to combine them into one full name, and for that we'll use the text functions and it is called the concatenate function. Okay, so let's go with, and if I want to use or make it the full name to here, so before that let's go with like writing here the full name, and let's use the equal, then let's say the concatenate function, and here let's select this name and then use the spaces for that one and select this one. Okay, and close it and press the enter. So now that we have the full names over here, and now drag down to apply to the other rows for the rest of the names. So now we have the full names over here with the first name and last name, and with the help of the concat functions. Okay, and the concat functions combine text from multiple sets into one. So it's a simpler replacement for the older concat functions. Okay, and now what if you need to specify parts of your text study like exact or extracting the first three letters of a product code? Okay, so for that we'll use the left, right, and mid functions, and let's go with the left functions, and let's use it the left functions, and let's say or go with the equal, then let me write here the left, and then let's say we want to use this one, then let's to extract the first three characters. So for that we want to use the 3, then close it, and then just hit on the OK. So now that we have the first product code and the left functions, we got the first 3 characters. So now let's drag the formula, and here we got all result. And now let's move into the right functions. This is for the start from the end, and also we can say that last. So for that let's go with the right functions. So this is the opposite of the left functions. So for that let's use the equal, then let's say we want to use this product code, and we want to use like last 3, or we're going to say the, let's go with 6 or 6 digit, or we can just say the 6 digit and then close it, and then or before that let's go with writing the right function, then let's select this one, and then let's say 6 and close it, and then hit on the OK. So now we have the last 6 digits from the end. Okay, so now let's apply the rest of the data, and here I got all the product codes from the end. Okay, and now let's move into the mid functions, and this is to extract from the middles. So let's go with, and if I'm going to say over here, let's write here the mid functions, and then let's say start is like over here, and here is according to the sentence we say the start number. Let's say the start number will be 4, and let's say the number of characters from the 4, we want to use 1, 2, and 3 digits from there, then close it, then hit on the OK. So now that we have the middle three digits like 1, 2, 3, this one, and if I'm going to just apply the formula, and here we got according to our mid functions. Okay, so these functions are perfect for slicing and dicing your text data. Sometimes your data comes with extra space that can mess up your analysis, and the trim functions remove all the extra spaces, leaving only the single space between the word. So let's go with the messy text, and you can now see here it has some extra spaces, and we want to clean up this one with the trim functions. Okay, just click over and write here the trim functions, or let's write here or go with the trim, and then let's select this data, close it, hit on the OK. Now we do not have the extra spaces over here, so let's apply the formula to the rest of the data, and now you can see we don't have these and any other extra spaces over there. Okay, and now let's move into another text functions, and it's called upper, lower, and proper functions. And like want to standardize text case, so these functions have you covered. Okay, so let's go with the upper functions. And upper function convert the text to upper cases. So let's use this one to the uppercase, and if I'm going to say the upper and writing and just select the text, and it now converts the text into the upper or the upper text or uppercase. And for the lowercase, let's go with and just type here or I want to use the lowercase, so I want to convert this one as the lowercase. So like writing by the lower, and select the text, close it, hit on the OK, and use the or to use a proper to capitalize the first letter of each word. For that we are going to use the proper functions. Okay, so let's go with right here the proper, and I can just say proper this one, and then select it, close it, hit on the OK. So now that we have the proper case or the proper name with the proper functions. Okay, and now let's talk about dates. Excel date functions are crucial for tracking the deadlines, calculating the directions, and the scheduling. So today I'm going to show you the few date functions, and let's start with another sheet. And first let's start with the today functions. The today functions give you the current date, while the now function gives you the current date and time. So let's go with today functions first, and just type with the equal, then let me write here today and close it, hit on the OK. So now that we have the today's date, and with the now we'll get to the current date and time. So let's start with equal, then type here only now, close it, hit on the OK. Okay, and now let's go with the date and date value functions. A date function is great for creating dates from separated years, months, and day values. Okay, so to create a date for something, if I say the December 24 or 25th or 2023, so let's go with the date functions. So let me write here the date and just say the date, and the first one is the year, so let's go with the 2023, and the next argument is the month. So let's say just 12th and just date for the 25th, and just close it and hit on the OK. And for the or date value, to convert text date into real date, so for that let's go with the date value, this one, and what I'm going to do, let's write here, let's say the date values, this one, then the date text. If you have 20 or 12 2025 and 2023 as the date or the text, close it, and to convert text date into the real date. Now that we have this one, what we are going to do, we're going to make the short date and need to extract a specific part of a date. This function make it easy, and you can say the year, month and day. Okay, so let's go and to get the year over here, and we want to find out the year. So for that we're going to use the year functions, and the year function with the year, or let's write here the serial number. Let's select it, close it, hit on the OK. So now that we have the year, and for the month we can follow these steps with the equal, then write here the month functions. Let's select it, close it, hit on the OK. This is the first month, and for the day we can just say, we can use the day functions with the equal, then let's write here and select it and hit on the OK. Okay, and now if you are calculating work days or work days between two dates, like the net work days is your base rate. Okay, so like here, let's go with, now we can just say the net work, or let's write here the work days, this one, and let's use the net work this day, and the start date, let's say this is the start date, and in date let's go with this one and just close it. And if you want to include the holidays, you can easily include there, so the specific one, or like if you have the list of holidays, but for now we will use the only start date and the end date to calculate the number of weekdays between two dates, and then hit on the OK. So like here, between 2 days, so we have the 4 weekdays between this date. Okay, and to find the last day of a month, use the your month function. Okay, so let's go with, and we can just say your month, these functions, and let's use the your month function over here. Start date, if I say the start date is this one, let's say we will use the month of 4, like after 4, and here you can find for current months of in dates. So before that, let's make it with over here as the short dates. Okay, so here we can just say we have the 31st of the last, or in the in date of the May. Okay, and use the for the next month, or we can just say, let's use the your month or this one, and let's say we want to use the one and close it and hit on the OK. So now let's make it as the date functions, and here or here now we have, or if I'm going to say the short date, so here after this one and the next month we have the February month. Okay, and you can also use or put these functions together in real world example, and you can easily work with different functions or date functions to calculate your events, or you can easily use the concatenate functions, or concatenate date, or concatenate or text functions to work with the text. So, and there you have it. Text and date functions in Excel are incredibly powerful tools that can save you time and effort.